Aloha, this is Dr. Ezra West here at Poipu Beach. Those are some turtles on the beach again. I got a message about medical freedoms, and it's an old one from Dr. Benjamin Rush, signer to the Declaration of Independence. He was also George Washington's medical doctor. He said, unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come where medicine will organize an undercover dictatorship and restrict the art of healing to one class of men and deny equal privilege to others. The Constitution of this republic should make special privileges for medical freedom as well as religious freedom. Again, that's from a signer to the Declaration of Independence, a medical doctor, George Washington's medical doctor, Dr. Benjamin Rush. And we've been experiencing the results of not putting it into the Constitution, right up there with religious freedom. My father paid a dear price. He always said, the further he got down the road, he eventually was saying they did everything but burn his house down or shoot him to try to stop him with what he was doing. He discovered the sodium-potassium pump, the engine of the cells, pioneered a lot of research on the lymphatics. He was basically a modern Nikola Tesla for the natural healing arts, developing the science behind all the natural healing arts, showing why and how they worked. And shoot, some of us are standing on his shoulders today. Wayne Dyer was one of those. So he was my top mentor while he was alive. Now here we are. RFK is ready to help revamp the whole health system. He needs our help, and I'm raising my hand as one of those people who could definitely help out. I've got some expertise in certain areas that actually solve problems. Different models have manifested to replace old broken models. Like there's a model that replaces all the other models that have been hoping to solve the microbial issues. Like it replaces antibiotics, for example. There's another model that replaces the whole pharmaceutical model. It's actually God particles that I'm talking about. These first two are two different God particles that solve both of those problems. There's other master keys, one for the hormones, master keys for inflammation. Some of those my father knew and were part of the 7 golden discoveries he taught, 200 cities a year, 5 to 6 cities a week, and they did everything they could to try to shut him up. Yeah, here we are. This is well past, COVID. I still didn't see one penny from the government. Like we didn't see a penny when my father had a really bad accident in a federal courtroom, split his head open 4 inches. They took a room they'd never used before and didn't even attach the rail that makes up the jurisdiction of the courtroom. They didn't even attach it to the floor. All the attorneys were walking up to him saying, this is a federal building, they're liable, do it, like sue. And he was just thinking that's just one more lawsuit that he didn't have time for. So we still haven't seen one penny. He ended up having a major stroke less than a week later. There were other red flags surrounding his death. There's a lot of red flags around his death. That whole legal battle should have been ended 10 years prior. It was 10 years past the statute of limitations. Statute of limitations is 10 years. But, the IRS was lying and cheating and making up their own rules as they went along. And so, yeah, if Donald Trump could eradicate them, I think he'll just be surgically removing a cancer from our lives. And it's one of the things that's been actually physically causing cancer in people's lives. When we're out of alignment with the laws of nature, that's what happens. It produces cancers in our lives, literally. And I can show more about that. It's in the Laws of Empowerment docuseries. And it's all based on research that my father, pioneered. We never stop learning about it, because everything we ever keep learning about in life and death, even the integration of truth itself, it turns out is tied into that, his formulas for life and death. And Jesus is the one that said he was the way, showing people the way for the truth and the life. Truth and life are inseparable. The principles of truth and the principles of life are the same, turns out. So it all, in every system of our lives, it's the positive and negative choices we're making in every system. And this is It's time to get it right, time to shift out all the abuse and embrace all the empowerment. So again, I'm raising my hand to help RFK, if someone can help get this message out to him, and anybody else that's really all about, this reboot, radical reboot that's happening. It's much needed. Forward this message, please share.